If you are working extremely hard in the gym and you're not seeing any results at all, this might be why. So, are you the type of guy that does 20 sets per workout? You do like 10 exercises, right? Maybe 40 sets per workout, and you are seeing zero results. Now, you might be thinking, oh, I'm working really hard at the gym, I'm exercising, I'm training really hard, but I'm seeing zero progress whatsoever. Now, if this sounds like you, then I know the exact problem why you are not making any results in the gym. So, if this sounds like you, then stick around and I'll tell you exactly what the problem is. So, first of all, if you are training like 2 hours per workout, you're doing like 4 sets per exercise, and you're doing like 10 exercises, and you're trying to train everything to failure, then you are overtraining way too much. Like you're training way too much. So what you need to do is you need to just cut down on the volume. Just do a quarter of the volume that you're doing. So if you're doing 10 sets, or 12 sets per workout, do 3 sets. Maybe a bit extreme, but you will definitely have better progress doing it this way. Now, why should you do less volume? All right, so first of all, if you are doing like 20 sets or more per workout, then you are just doing complete junk volume. The half of the sets aren't gonna be doing anything for your muscle growth, because after like 6, 8 sets in the workout, your performance is gonna go down so low that the rest of the sets in the workout is just going to be just going through the motions. You're gonna be exercising but not training, right? So per muscle group, you want to be doing 1 to 6 sets per workout, right? That sounds really low, but trust me, I guarantee if you just cut down on your volume from like 20, 40 sets per workout, just down to 1 to 6, right? 1 to 6. If you did that, I guarantee you would have more muscle growth. I guarantee it. Now, why is this? If you are doing 20 sets per workout, like 10 exercises, you're training to failure on all of them, then you are not giving your muscles enough time to recover between sessions. So, let's say you do chest on Mondays and Thursdays. If you do 20 sets of chest on Monday, you're not going to be able to recover in time for the chest workout on Thursday, because when you work out and you break down the muscles, right? You fatigue yourself. You get weaker and then you get stronger, right? So if you get weaker by giving yourself way too much fatigue and you're breaking down the muscle too much, you're getting weaker, but you're not giving yourself enough time to recover for the next workout. So you're getting weaker, and then you work out again and you're going to get weaker. So either you're going to plateau, you're going to make zero strength gains, you're going to build no muscle at all, or worst case scenario, you're going to start getting weaker over time. And this is actually pretty common with beginners and sort of intermediates, because they think more is better. So they start doing more sets, more exercises, more exercise variations, and then they get weaker or they don't gain any muscle at all, and no strength and no progressive overload, and they wonder why they're not making any progress. So what you're going to do is you're going to do 1 to 6 sets per workout, or per muscle group per workout. So if you're doing chest and biceps, right, in the same workout, you're going to do 1 to 6 sets for chest and 1 to 6 sets for biceps. So in this example, I would recommend around 1 to 4 sets for biceps and 4 to 6 sets for chest in this specific example. So what you want to do is, let's say you're going to do 2 sets of barbell curls and 2 sets of preacher curls. And then for the chest, you're going to do 2 sets of flat bench, 2 sets of incline bench, and 2 sets of flies, right? That's the entire workout. 2 sets each, low volume, high intensity. Now, am I saying this is the best way to build muscle? No, I'm not saying that at all. You can get away with high volume if you're not training to failure. You can do 20 sets per workout. That's what Arnold did. And he never trained to failure, not even close to it. Kevin Levrone, another famous example of a person who trained really high volume, and he didn't go to failure, like not even close to it at all. So you can do 2 things. Either cut down the volume and train to failure, like you were doing before, like training to failure before, like you were doing before, or you can go high volume and you can do less intensity. You can choose either one. Now, I would recommend with lower volume and higher intensity because one, you'll be in and out of the gym a lot quicker than the person who's in the gym doing like 20, 30 sets. So yes, you can do 20, 30 sets. You can get great results just like the other people who've done it in the past, but you'll be in the gym for like 2 hours, right? Arnold trained twice per day and he did the high volume approach. Mike Mentzer, he is the king of low volume. And what he did, he literally just did 1 set per exercise and then he went home. For the entire week, I think he trained like an hour per week. I don't know the exact number, but he trained like an hour per week. He went to the gym, like 1 set of biceps, 1 set of chest, and he just went home. Literally low volume, high intensity. This is a great way to ensure you're recovering in time for your next workout, or you can just go low intensity and higher volume. You can choose, but I recommend low volume. That is what worked for me personally. The last year or so, I've been doing 2 sets per exercise for my workouts. So let's say I'll run down my workout for you guys. So I'll do 2 sets for chest. I'll do 2 sets of flat press, flat barbell bench press, and then I'll do 2 sets of close grip incline barbell bench press. And that will be the entire chest workout, like literally the entire chest workout. And I'll focus on progressively overloading. Now, the low volume, high intensity approach, that won't work unless you're progressively overloading. Now, a lot of people, they think, oh, okay, I'll just do low volume and then I'll go to the gym and just do 1 set and then go home. Now, that doesn't work like that unless you're actually trying to progressive overload each session. So what you want to do to progressive overload, you want to try to increase the number of reps that you're doing per set or increase the weight you're doing per exercise, like per set over time. So let me give you an example. So let's say you're doing barbell curls and you're doing 30 kilo barbell for a set of 5. Next week, you're going to do 30 kilos for a set of 6. Now that's a form of progressive overload because I went from 30 kilos 5 reps to 30 kilos 6 reps. Or another approach is I can go the rate route. So I can go 31 kilos for 5 reps the next week, right? So 30 kilos for 5 reps this week, 31 kilos for 5 reps the next week. So you can either go weight or reps, or you can also go technique. You can go slower tempo, or you can do a pause. So yeah, 3 ways. Either increase the number of reps per week, or increase the weight, or you can try to improve your technique over time. Now, the next thing you can do is you can choose good stimulus to fatigue ratio exercises. Now, this only applies mainly to intermediate and advanced lifters. Now, why not beginners? Well, it's because beginners are actually too weak to be focusing on stimulus to fatigue. So a lot of science-based guys get a lot of hate online because they say, oh, switch out the barbell bench press with cambered barbell bench press. But small, weak beginner lifters follow that advice and then they don't make that much progress because they are focusing on things that they should be focusing about in like 5 years from now. So that's why they don't make much progress. So what you want to do, forget this if you're weak. If you are too weak, then you physically can't accumulate enough fatigue for this to actually concern you. So for the intermediate and advanced guys, so what you want to do is you want to choose exercises that have higher stimulus and lower fatigue. For example, switching out barbell bench press with tons of leg drive, bouncing off the chest with Larsen press. Now, Larsen press, actually scientifically, like there's a research paper and it shows that Larsen press actually has higher chest activation than just this typical barbell bench press. So what you want to do is you want to swap out the regular exercise that you're doing, like barbell bench press, and swap it out for lower fatiguing exercises like Larsen press. Now, this is because it's going to increase the stimulus because more chest activation. So you're going to get a better workout. You're going to grow more over time, but you're also going to have less fatigue. Now, what does less fatigue actually mean? So less fatigue means you're going to be recovering more session to session. So if you can fully recover between session to session, you're going to make more progress because if you are fully recovered, you can progressively overload more and more effectively over time. Now, this is really important because progressive overload is the indication that you're building muscle. So if you can't progressive overload, then you're not building muscle. So progressive overload, like I said, increase the reps, increase the weight, or improve your technique over time. Choose better stimulus to fatigue ratio exercises to improve your recovery. Now, the next thing is to focus on progressive overload. All of this advice, like all the advice I'm giving you in this video, is not going to work unless you actually focus on progressive overload. It's because progressive overload is the most important thing in the gym. It doesn't matter if you're doing low volume or high volume, or if you're doing high stimulus fatigue exercises or you're doing low stimulus fatigue exercises. If you're not focusing on progressive overload, then you're just wasting your time. The number one priority in the gym for you is to progressive overload. Now, let me repeat, progressive overload. If you are progressively overloading, then you are building muscle. So, to summarize, what you want to do is if you are doing lots of volume and you are not making any progress, if you're doing high volume and you're making progress and you are progressively overloading, then fine, forget my advice. But if you are the type of guy to do more volume, right? If you're doing 20 to 30 sets per workout and you're doing 10 different exercises and you are training too hard essentially, and you're not making any progress, you've plateaued, then give my advice a try. Lower the volume, lower the number of sets, and train less. Just be in the gym less and focus on progressive overload. Now, I guarantee you will build muscle if you follow that advice. So, see you guys next time.